Okay, well, I think I'm going to get started. So I've been playing a lot of Supermarket Simulator just to relax, and it resulted in me. I think I have like a pretty cute little store at this point. Um, so this is just my store done my way as a way to relax and have a safe space. And I wanted to share it with you all. I also really enjoy this game as just like a relaxing kind of like sorting little strategy game. So they added a few new things recently, a few days ago, I noticed. I'm excited for when they add the shoplifters and things like that. But let's go in and I'll show you my store. So I have two stock boys or whatever, and two cashiers. I have made everything pretty with colors, except the only thing is I have a single white shelf over here. I do intend to turn them all black, but I haven't replaced that one just yet. And I know I've seen a lot of people are streaming this game, but a lot of them are streaming right from the beginning. And I do intend on doing a playthrough where I stream, like I start right from the beginning. But I'm going to be trying that out with crowd control. And that's where people can use coins or tokens or whatever to help kind of control what's happening in the game. So, but for now, I thought everyone might enjoy seeing this, and I wanted to show you how I have all of this organized, especially since it seems like with the newer updates that they're going to be releasing, some of the ways that I function with my organization and stuff like that might actually end up being obsolete. So I thought I might as well share with you guys while it is still useful. And I'm glad you could make it. Thank you for coming to watch. So, the way I set it up for today is, well, if you're not familiar with the game, obviously you stock for the day. I have storage, so I just make sure the storage is stocked, and then they make sure that everything out on the floor is stocked on the shelves. So that's the point I've reached, and then I tried to organize these things like all the pastas together, the cheese is up there, and I wanted to call it Sidney's vegan grocery, but it doesn't fit, so I just ended up with Sidney's. And yeah, so the way I organize, I thought I would explain. So I always have everything stocked up. So you'll see some of these, like I have a lot of boxes here. Anything I can, I really stock up. So that way, if I'm going to be spending the money on some kind of improvement, I don't end up running out of something that people might want. And this, these three shelves, they look pretty full right now, but this is actually my overstock shelves. So my stock boys will put things on shelves that have the label that match it. And you can also turn on and off the ability for them to put things onto shelves that aren't labeled. So what I do is I try to keep these not labeled, these three shelves. I leave as many open spaces. They're the only shelves that have open spaces. And that way, if they're refilling any stock and they don't have enough, like it's going to not fit on the shelf and they need somewhere to put it, it won't go to some random shelf. Every single other shelf, every slot is full so that I don't get random stock hiding away that they've tucked there. And then I have to kind of go through and check for the boxes that have a little bit in them, but I need the space, right? So, well, this would be an example. This is only, what, four sugars are in this box. So I would usually move this. I must have missed it when I was doing it. I'd move this and put it over here so that I could use that. I put it over here as my overstock, and then I would order more so that this would have the full amount there. And there's something so satisfying about stocking up on all of that stuff. So now that I have gotten this far in the game, a day doesn't actually require me to do too much, but what I do try to do is I work through my overstock and I try to get that on the shelves right away. And that way it leaves it open for the stock boys to focus on some of the other things that are emptying. Sometimes I do have to move stuff because they'll put things on shelves that just match the label. So if I have something here, because like toilet paper is a bad example. Like this only has one bag of pasta in it, but because it's there, if I ordered more pasta, they might try to put it with that, and then I have to sort it out. But anyways, I will get a day started. And each day also usually starts with telling you things that have gone up in price or down in price that you have to change. I try to make everything the market value. When I first started the game, I would mark them up a little bit, and it seems to work pretty well with allowing people to still want to come in and buy, and it didn't seem to change anything. And while also earning me enough that I was able to do upgrades and all of that. Some of my main complaints, I cannot squat. I know I don't have a body that you can see, but I would like to squat atop the freezers or get on top of the fridges. And I can't, but that's fine. Guess it's not necessary for me to squat on top of the freezers and watch everything. So for me, because I've done so much in the game now, the beginning of the day tends to be pretty uneventful. One of the things they added recently was these self-checkouts. Sometimes people have trouble with the self-checkouts, and they will call me over and I have to help. Before, none of that happened, and I actually was wondering what the appeal of even having cashiers was if the self-checkouts pretty much handled everything. But yeah, now I have to run over and help them, so I like that addition. And I do like that they're going to be adding shoplifters. There was a few times where it looked like there were people that were shoplifting, especially when the store was smaller. It's getting pretty full in here. Yeah, exactly. I just like to run around. I've followed people home too, because it lets you go pretty far. And people have houses that they go into, and I can follow them. And they seem unfazed. But see, I wish I could squat right here on this, and I can't. And it just it feels like the game is lacking if I can't be squatting on these things. Oh, and I can run, um, which I tend to just when I kind of zone out and just wait, someone needs my help. Huh. When I zone out and just start focusing on doing the stuff that I have to do around this shop, I'll run around. And I can only imagine what that would look like in the perspective of all of the customers. Where'd my box go? What was I doing? Yeah. And then we go just mark that off. Oh. Yeah, it's such a little garbage can, but it sure holds a lot. You'll see when I restock in the morning. All the boxes. See, I also like to be the one to run and put the boxes that just have like one and stuff like that out, because these guys move very slow. They don't run like me. I run around full of energy, and they just kind of walk around casually. So if they're going to unload a box of a single thing, that seems like such a waste. Also, I find it kind of funny that the way I help people at the self-checkout is to just come over and do it myself. It it's not scanning a tag or something. It's I have to stand there and go through every item. Let's see if this can... Yeah, there we go. So it's starting to get dark, so I have to turn on the light. Oh, I forgot to turn on my music, actually. That's better. Um, there's a light in the storage room too, but it does cost money on your bill to use your lights. So I prefer to suffer and struggle with trying to make out what the things are to save the $5 on the electricity bill. Oh no, I'm stuck in the... Okay, I'm good. It's fine. It's just the owner of the establishment getting stuck behind the door. Oh right, I just did the tuna. Early on, when I had less help, um, there would be a lot of box throw-in too. Oh yeah, so that's where I heard about this is I like watching the Game Grumps and I enjoyed watching them play, but I like how I play it more relaxed and a little more planned out. Oh shit. Oh. And I set it up to be a safe, calm place. So, wait, I had some of those on my overstock, didn't I? Oh, he's got it. It's fine. I get very distracted while I play because I am very often doing other things while I play. I don't know which ones these are. when it's later in the night, I try to get what's off of my overstock shelf, but I also try to focus on what the stock boys might be really behind on, because if there's something that is just about to run out, then I'll stock it really quick. Nothing seems super urgent. Oh, maybe the soap. There. So it's been 9 o'clock for a while. And it seems to be like this at the end of each day, where like it says 9 o'clock and then a whole bunch more people come in. And I'm still stocking shelves and stuff. And yeah, it seems very convenient that the stuff just flies out of the boxes onto the shelf. The stock boys seem to have powers as well, because I've seen them move boxes through the shelves and through walls, which seems like a useful skill that maybe is wasted at a grocery store, but I'm glad they're here to help. I'm pretty sure you can shut the store down before everybody leaves, but I always wait till the last person is out and then I close it. Yeah. Okay. So that is just a regular day. So then it's, see, the hot sauce went up in price, so I go fix that. And then I go pay my bills. And usually I just kind of sit back and do whatever, and I just let these guys finish stocking everything on their own, and I don't worry about it. If I'm impatient, I will help restock. But usually I wait till they're finished, and then once they're done, why isn't that going away? There we go. Once they're done, then I go through, and one of the recent updates, or it might have existed there, and I just was, I don't know, it's under this, finding it is under the tool tab on the computer, the tablet that you can have. And that is incredibly useful. It can take some time for them to finish stocking everything in the morning. It takes them a while. At this point, I can hire another stock boy or whatever, but I don't want to waste the money on that when I can just make them do all of the work. I always forget about the fridges over here with the pop. Oh wait, I gotta get rid of this box. So this is actually pretty mild. I very often am just throwing boxes at them. Like I'll restock and I'll throw the empty box just kind of out the door. That's what I do when it gets really busy, when there's people here, when the store's open. Because sometimes I'll be impatient and I'll want to get the next license for the next kind of groceries to sell. and I'll get it when I have like no money and have to buy everything as I go. Uh, and that can be chaos. I think they already stocked this. Yeah, okay. So... Whoops. Okay. I accidentally bought a whole bunch of honey, and so I have several boxes there. That was part of, I was mentioning that they'll just put the stock on whatever shelf is labeled uh, for that item. And I had a box that just had a couple sitting here, and I couldn't figure out, and I thought it was my memory, and I couldn't figure out why the shelf where the honey was stored wasn't filling up, and it was because they were putting it over here. Okay, put it up there. Oh wait, there's still one in there. Okay. We'll start, yeah, the hummus. Okay. So I just like to neatly have everything as close to me as possible for restocking. Might as well go see if the honey needs a little, there we go. So, I'm getting impatient because I want to get it all stocked so that I can do a quick order. And we're also going to do the next license. So I have some empty shelves. I've tried to sort the store nicely, but it's very difficult to do, especially since you unlock different licenses as you go. So the next one I want has coffee, so it has more coffee. So I believe this is dark roast and light roast, and I think I'm unlocking medium roast, or this might be medium roast and I'm unlocking light roast. I can't remember. But I thought I sorted it pretty decent for what I have right now. And what I do to prepare for getting a new license, although it used to be when I started the game, you just bought it and just hoped for the best. I have extra things, so obviously there's all this space, so I can just kind of throw stuff out even if it's ugly. I also didn't know what colors I was going to go with, because like I always go with black and red, and I was like, I want to kind of go a different direction, and I didn't know what I wanted, so I started getting like these weird colored, like that pale blue fridge that I need to replace. I started getting that kind of color and like a purple one too, and then decided that I didn't want that and started replacing everything with black. So I have a few extras around. So the boxes that aren't on shelves, I have, this is an extra freezer I have, and then I believe I have an extra fridge and just like a single fridge, and I have an extra shelf unit. I also have an extra cash register, and then just paint and tiles. But so I have everything set aside that I might need, and the cash register, I'm fine with these guys here, and this seems to be fine for now. The lineups are just starting to get kind of long, and in order to unlock the ability to hire another cashier, I need to do, like, I need to ring up so many people. So I just bought an extra cash register to have so I could just randomly set it up when it gets busy and ring people in. But it's when I started it, I would always set the prices at something pretty even so it was easy to do the change because you have to choose the change out of the cash register. And I didn't like having to think about that part. So I always set it at a really easy number. But since I haven't had to actually cash anyone out in a while, I've just been setting it to whatever the market price is. So it won't be as easy. These guys are still going. So yeah, this is part of why I consider this game pretty relaxing, is because it can be stressful during the actual when the store is open, but that doesn't, for the length of time during the actual game, that's not actually that long. So it's mostly just prep before and closing up after that takes up the most time. So see, I'll go through and see how this is a box with a single piece of flour or bag of flour in it. It won't fit on the shelf over there, so we're just going to stick it in the overstock. And that way, when I'm looking through to figure out what stock I'm getting, I know, like, I know there's enough space to get another box. My beer fridge. Oh, I can help stock that. Let's move this along. I can help with that. Yeah. 2 bottles. Well, there we go. So then, because there's only like 4, we'll stick it there. Put it down there. So we're going to get that new license now too. So licenses. So yeah, okay. So it's medium roast that I'm getting, and then brown sugar and a bunch of soda. And I don't know if it's bottles of soda like that go in the fridge, but we will find out. That's the one I had decided on that we're going to get. So now those products will be the ones right at the bottom. So yeah, we'll get 2 of each, I guess. And this is also why I keep overstock. Oh, another thing, it used to be you could only get 10 items in an order, and now they've upped it to 50, which is quite useful. So we're going to go ahead and do some restock before these guys finish, because I'm impatient. So I'll start from one side. So this shelf is actually, because the potatoes and the roast chickens only have 4 in a box, and only 1 box fits on a shelf. And then when they're out on the floor, they obviously take up a lot of room too, so they have to be replaced often, so that's why they're there, which we seem fine with that. And then this is condiments and some extra, like, I needed extra room for spaghetti and elbow pasta, macaroni, whatever. And the rice down here. So then I usually check, and we're not going to worry too much about fully stocking it right now, but because there's 2 spaces there, I would get 2 more boxes usually. And then go over here and make sure so we can get another vodka. Kegs. And then this only has 4 in it, so we'll put it over here. I'm glad that they came out with this scanner because it makes it really difficult to try and memorize what you need to order and run back to the computer. That seems stocked enough. Well, maybe the apple juice. Boop. Some more of that. That only has one in it. Yeah, did I really look here? I don't even remember if I did the sushi. Is it in the list? I have the worst memory. I don't see it. I'm sure it's fine. We'll just get at least one more. This needs more. These. Yeah. So, yeah, I find this part relaxing, sorting all of this out, figuring out what the stock is. I think that's good enough. We're just going to order that, and then I'm going to get the new stuff on the shelves and get it priced, and then try a day with the new stuff. I can't see which is which. So, and that's another thing I do to speed things up in the morning is just throw the boxes, eggs and all, just into the storage room door, because I can easily put it away by standing in the doorway, and then it also, because they walk so fucking slow, when they come out, it cuts off like at least a few seconds per trip for them to have to come out and get the box if I just move it to the door for them. So we'll just... we're just going to do one space each. Well, I can set up another fridge, I think. Yeah, you know what? I can set up another fridge. We'll do that. Because we need enough space for all of them. Okay. Chips? Nah. Is this what I just put in there? Looks the same. I think that's the same. Okay. This is sugar. So I have an end shelf. Where's my... Yeah, because my flours and sugars and stuff are here, but there's not space for that right now. So we're just going to throw it on an end shelf. Yep. Oh. Okay. Nope. 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 Nah. Eggs. Maybe they already brought the other stuff inside. Yeah, I'm guessing they brought it inside. So it should be on my overstock shelf. Okay. So we're going to keep the new things. Okay, well, have to do that in a second. We're going to keep the new things over here on the far one so I can tell the difference for now. Because we'll give them their own shelf probably right here. But then I have to actually think about the sorting and stuff, and I don't want to do that right now. So we're going to be putting it on the third shelf, which is usually what I try to do, is have... There's always an extra shelf, although it's increased as I've gone, because originally I just had one overstock shelf, and then it went to 2. And the second one would be used when I got new licenses for stuff. And... Wait, no, don't put that there. Yeah. So the second one would be used for when I would get new licenses. I would throw stuff on there until I could sort it out onto other shelves. And yeah, so we're just going to put all the new stuff there. So I know where it is, and I can keep track of it until everything is sorted. There we go. So this is the new coffee. So the things that are taking up 2, like that was the 2 boxes that I ordered, so I gotta be careful I don't forget it exists. Oh, I should have ordered more just to store it. I should have. Did I pay the bills today? Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't usually have this much money, but I wanted to save up a bunch so that we could have fun without me being distracted by drowning in debt. I insist people throw cases of things in my business for efficiency. If you're not throwing the eggs into the stockroom, you're not working hard enough. Wait, I didn't set... Did I set the price? No. Okay. $268. Okay, so we'll break out the extra fridge I have somewhere, although I don't remember which box it is. There it is. I don't want to... Well, can I just stick it here, I guess? That's good enough for now. Because there's more of these bottles of crap, isn't there? What did I even get in the license? Now I gotta look back. See, again, my memory is awful. Let's see. So that weird, gross-looking colored pop, a pink pop, a other kind of pink pop. Okay. So I didn't put any of this out. Yeah. Okay. So it's the darker pink kind of pop thing. Where is it? Ah. I see it. There we go. So yeah, and when you're out on the floor too, you can just scan these. I should, because I really should really stock up on these. Yeah. Let's see how the day goes. So, it might be, sometimes it can get pretty busy. Hello, Lori. It can get pretty busy right after I get a license, and sometimes it makes no difference. So, let's see. Well, I'm going to save real quick because we just did a bunch of stuff. And they seem to be done putting stuff away for me, and I don't see anything in the stockroom that, like, needs urgent attention, so let's try and do another day. I'm actually surprised at how much money I have left over. I did do a couple days just saving up just for this, so that I could have some fun and make sure that I didn't have to save up money for anything. I should probably add another rack for the storage room to my next purchase. I also like to follow people around in the morning and look at what they're buying and judge them. You know, watch the people come in suits at 10 a.m. and head over to the liquor. Or have them come in and buy 10 boxes of, well, not 10 boxes, but there's been some odd purchases. I mean, those are just lunch beers. I mean, that makes sense. Oh. Yeah, I've seen people come in and buy like 4 boxes of a chocolate cereal and French fries, and that's it. That's about my shopping experience too, though. Good job, employee. See, does he really need 3 tubs of tuna? Oh, I guess I should actually be watching the stock and stuff instead of just stalking the customers. Oh. I see. You've bought some of my new... I don't know what flavor that is. Soda. The purple shit. Or pink shit? Pink shit. Just a bunch of hot sauce, candy, yogurt, and flour. And 3 bottles of hand soap. They stand extremely close to each other when they're in line for the self-checkout. I mean, 3 tubs of tuna makes like 2 sandwiches or something, right? Whoop. I don't remember what I was just. I think I was looking at this flour. I I don't know the names of a lot of the products, and I just kind of call them different things. Like the flowers, I just in my head I know by the color. And yeah, the sushi. Ever since I started having the sushi here, it's made me really want sushi. This game makes you really crave uh, a lot of the food that's in it. Like, what? What didn't I set the price for? Oh, was it one of the sodas? Betcha it was. No. Didn't it just say that I'm selling something without setting the price? But I thought I set the price for everything. Was it the coffee? Oh, yeah, it's the coffee. I got this. Okay. Just butter, cheese, and shampoo. That's what he was buying. Uh, whoops. Let's see. The hummus. Yeah, there we go. Can't see what color. I think this is the right one. Yeah. Whoops. I run into stuff a lot too. Uh, yeah, good enough. Anything else? Well, I guess that cereal could really use a restock. Wait, do I have any of it over here? No, it was the other cereals that I had. Okay. see, you can follow people. Let's see. It's perfectly normal. I'm just making sure you get home safe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it does have like a little neighborhood that you can walk around in. Not very large, but actually really nice. I've walked around it a couple times. Looks like he's going in this place, maybe? So he does not live far. Thank you for coming to my store. Just want to press my hand and face against the glass of the door. Okay. I should probably go back to my store. How convenient for him, he lives so close. So one person couldn't find something. I actually haven't had a day where someone couldn't find something in a long time. I was probably just really distracted and missed something that was out of stock for a moment. The soda and the tea. Um, yeah, right. I used to be able to walk to stores. Like, I didn't see which soda it was. We're just going to check them all. But I used to be able to walk to some stores. When I lived on the East Coast, especially, there was usually little convenience stores that were pretty close, or the mall was close. This is a whole full box of eggs. Where's the... There we go. Yeah. Here, I'll give you guys a little tour. And yeah, like, oddly enough, you'd think being in a city... I'm in a similar situation where you'd think being in a city means that there would be a lot of like super walkable things, and instead you get surrounded by like the most random buildings, and a lot of stuff ends up being difficult, like not something that you can walk to. Like when I've lived places where a convenience store was literally just across the street from the building I'm in, and the same place I'm thinking of, there was a whole like two different kinds of malls that I could walk to in less than 10 minutes. And being in the city though is like there's no convenience stores that are necessarily walking distance. If there are, their hours are weird. Uh, and then any actual stores that are walking distance are still like 15, 20 minutes away, which I consider walking distance, but when it's for groceries and stuff like that, it's not that easy. Um, I'd much rather something a lot closer. I could rant about walkable cities actually, for a while because I really hate cities are entirely built around cars, and if you remove the streets and everything necessary for cars, you end up making room for people to be able to have stuff that would be accessible to them without having to drive everywhere. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure there's if I looked hard enough, there would probably be a gas station that I miss 24-hour stuff too because all the 24-hour stuff stopped being open after COVID. And I'm somebody that likes going for a walk in the middle of the night and going to a store. Uh, but yeah, everything is way too far, and a lot of stores have shut down since COVID too. So I'm going to. It's almost like an 8. I like this little garden over here. See, again, if I could squat, I could hide behind these bushes and just watch people. Just running down the middle of the road. They're still restocking stuff. So yeah, see, it's a nice little neighborhood. Dry cleaners. Yeah, I've also tried to test out how far the stock boys will go for the boxes. Um, so I took a box down the street and I would put it down and watch for when one of them would come over to try and grab it. And the farthest I got was down to about here. And then when I put the box down, it teleported back into his hands. I'd show you now, but then I think he'd just get because they're still restocking. I think he'd get distracted by the other stuff to do. I could probably get another license, but I still need to set up from the last one and make sure I'm stocked up. What are the other ones? It's a good question. What are the other ones? Not that anybody asked it, but I did. Yeah, because there's a bunch of cleaning stuff and I could set up another shelf. Or there's this meat stuff. I just pretend everything that says is meat is just a vegan version. Um, it would be cool if they actually had the ability to have a vegan uh, version of all of the merchandise. But um, if I if I got this license, I'd be kind of going in blind because I'm not too sure what is frozen and what is for the fridge. I think it's a mix of the two. Are there any good Denny's? Is the question, I think. And 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven is pretty cool. Um, for me, there's not a lot I can get from them, other than just getting coffee or a little snack. But there's not much and everything's so overpriced. Even their little deals aren't real deals. Uh, which, by the way, I'd like to see in this game um, ways to boost. I shouldn't have got rid of that label. Ways to boost your customers for a short while, because people come in and like you have your regular days and they tend to stay pretty steady. Uh, I've noticed they pretty much stay at the same amount of customers, and then you slowly increase how many customers you get per day. Um, but it would be interesting if they if they incorporated something where you could run an ad or have a mascot outside for a day or something like that and have it make a few more people come into your store. Is this shelf full? So, bugs, talking about bugs, I had a whole experience in high school to do with bugs and food. I struggled as a vegetarian in high school um, because just little things like trying to eat something out of the cafeteria without it having meat. And like a lot of people would try and say the whole, well, just eat a salad or something like that. But a lot of salads in cafeterias and things are pre made, and they're pre made with meat in them. Um, and I never trusted any of the fake, oh, well, it's just, fake bacon bits and stuff like that. I don't know. That makes me uncomfortable. And I've had enough people try and like um, trick me into eating meat that it made me uncomfortable. But anyways, point being that I used to just get salads at the cafeteria, and there was one kind of salad I could get that wouldn't have meat stuff, and I was sitting there eating it, and there were little green bugs hopping around in it. So I figured I should probably tell someone about the bugs in the salad, especially since that was supposed to be my lunch and I didn't have a lunch now. And so I went to the office, and the funny thing was when they had me talk to the principal, he was eating one of the salads out of the cafeteria when I sat down to tell him. uh, so, yeah. I guess they had recently got started getting their lettuce from somewhere different, and that's where they figured that had happened. Oh, I tried to talk to the cafeteria lady first. I told her about the bugs, and then she wanted to bribe me to not tell anybody. And I was like, I do think we need to address the bugs in the food, though. Are they done stalking? So yeah, the morning part, this is what takes the most amount of time, especially if I'm particularly lazy and don't want to help them with their job, um, because they have to go out and restock everything, and then I have to order all the stock to replace everything, and then they have to put that onto the shelves, which I may or may not help them by throwing the boxes at them. Um, so that takes time. I just want to set up this. Another thing I do that it bothers me when I watch people playing this game, um, and the game grumps do it. They hurriedly just like they put stuff in the cart and immediately buy it. Um, but if you pay attention, it says there's shipping cost, um, and so that shipping cost is being applied to every order. So I believe when you just have a couple things, it's only $2 anyways. But once you hit like 10 items, the shipping cost goes up to $8. So you might as well get the full 50 items for the $8 shipping. And then you save a whole bunch. And then there's people who just buy stuff like one item at a time, which I had to do early on when I started the game, because you start obviously not having a lot of money, and not quite knowing how the stock is going to work, and you don't have a storage room too to start. You have to unlock that and pay for it. So you kind of have to buy things as you go. But at this point, when you have a stock room full, um, you really should just try and fill an entire order and save that little bit of money. With the lack of vegetarian lunches and the lack of options that way, and the lack of options I had as a low income person in high school who I was putting my like taking care of myself through high school. I actually used to just mash up potatoes and put them in a Ziploc bag and bring those for lunch sometimes, because it was the easiest thing to bring, and potatoes were pretty cheap. So sometimes when I'm restocking too, I will try to even out the boxes because there might be two boxes that have a few out of each box. So I'll go fill one of the boxes up with what's on the shelf, and put it back. So and then use what's in the box that had some out of it to make room. I guess the mayo needs to be restocked. Whatever. I'm not gonna wait for them. Let's get some more of those. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. We don't need more bleach. That's fine. Mm. Yeah, it's full. Okay. We'll just... Wait, did I scan the vodka? Whatever. We'll just do it again. That's why I have space for overstock. So I wait till they're done because not only obviously will it take out of the stock, um, because they'll be filling up the shelf and oh yeah, cart's full. There we go. But if they have a box that they have taken out there to fill up the stock, I might think I have way less than I actually have. Oh yeah, another thing that they added is there's this nice little loading zone here because it would just stack them straight up, and you could only do 10 at a time in an order. And now with the ability to do 50, it does this nice little stack that I can stand atop and watch them work, as they pull the boxes from beneath me, and I do nothing but judge them. So yeah, I like that, and it looks pretty. I have noticed that I can jump exceptionally high. So anyways, I don't remember if I scanned the water. I think I did. Did I scan the brown sugar? Yeah. Alright. Boop, boop, boop. Oh. Whatever, I can always use more of those chips. So, hey, one of these boxes is my shelf. This one. I want to knock it over. Huh. They just fall soundlessly to the ground. Alright. So, the thing is, once you have the shelf, I don't like how that's placed. Once you have the shelf, I gotta get the stuff on it right away, because they're set to fill up any space. That is empty, so I have to make sure all of it is marked. So, well, I already have a bunch of pop over there. Okay. For now, I'm just going to use this shelf for all of the new things. One? Really? There isn't... It's fine. This is going on the overstock, though. I'm not putting a box with one. Okay. It's... okay. And then later on, when I feel like sorting more, I'll actually sit down and actually... that is going to bother me. When I feel like sorting more, I will actually sort them out onto shelves that make more sense. So I have a bunch of pop already. Yeah, so there's 3 empty spaces I gotta fill. I have pop already over here, and then I have this one space that's always empty. That's just like extra, what I call Diet Coke, because it looks like Diet Coke. So I might just combine all of the sodas together on one storage shelf. This is my only short one. And then the water could use extra storage because I run out of the water fast, so... 3? Yeah, I have 3. That works. Okay. So that way all the spaces are taken up. I'm gonna have to, because that coffee I'm going to end up moving so that it's closer to the coffees and teas, and sort this out differently. So I will probably end up using that space as an extra soda space. And for now, we will just... actually, we'll put this one up here. There, that's better. Because those ones I run out of really fast. So now I'm going to have to buy extra stock to make up for the fact I just made extra room. So it'll take them a while to get through all of this. The funny thing is the boxes, when I throw them in the drawer, they're closer to where they need to be. But the stock boys will still walk all the way out to the curb to try and get the boxes that are there before they'll put away the ones that are over here. Here, I will show an example of how. So, it's hard for my person, despite not having a body, to go through the door filled with boxes. See? So, they go through just fine. So, I am glad this door's open because it allows me to go through that and get in here easily. But this makes it a lot easier for me to sort it because, see, I can just pick it up and then put it away. Obviously, some of the shelves are further away than others, but in general, a lot of them are just right here, so I can just quickly pick them up. Oops. But they are going to be, so here I am all proud of all of the stock I have, and one of the things they're going to be doing is making items that can expire, which I'm wondering how they're going to do, because it actually, one of the things that kind of takes you out of the game is that, like, you know, I have flour and all of that stored in my storage room, and then there's eggs, and there's milk, and here's the yogurt and some butter. The ice cream is right here. So it's, you know, frozen fries and frozen pizza. In my imagination, I just imagine that the ice cream is completely melted, and then I put it in the freezer and it refreezes into whatever shape the freezer is or whatever. So I don't know if they're going to make it that you have to store those things in a fridge or freezer, which also would up your electricity bill, because having extra fridges and stuff ups your electricity, the cost of your electricity. So I don't know how that's going to work. And then on top of that, like I said, I have a lot of stuff stocked up that usually would have an expiration date. You know, eggs, milk there, and then all of this meat stuff. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Oh yeah, and all my cheese. I like to keep stocked up on the cheese because that goes fast. So the way that I play could completely change soon. So anyways, my playthrough isn't too exciting because, or my showing you guys this isn't too exciting because I have it set up specifically to be so relaxing. But I hope everyone's enjoyed seeing my store. I am going to be working hard on expanding it further. So if everybody loved watching me do this, you can let me know, and I might do it on another day. Mondays, I'm trying to do... I'm going to get away from the speaker while I'm talking. Mondays, this is my silent corner. Let's go over here. There we go. There's no speaker in this corner. So Mondays, I'm trying to do kind of mental health gaming, which is going to be either games that I just find relaxing or would recommend for people to do, like to play to help them relax. I'm also going to be trying to find some actual games that focus on mental health and mental health awareness. There's one on anxiety that I was going to be checking out one of these streams, hopefully. I'm up for recommendations from anybody, but I am at the mercy of what my streaming software and stuff will actually let me play. So yeah, I can keep playing some of my supermarket simulator. I tend to play it throughout the week. If anyone's on my Discord and stuff, I think it shows up that I'm playing, and you've probably seen me obsessively playing for a while, because I leave it up a lot to let them restock while I'm doing things. But yeah, if people enjoy this, I can try showing off my store once a week or once every few weeks, maybe on my Monday mental health streams, or if you have ideas for other games I can play on Mondays. Um, Thursdays are going to be just my regular streaming days. Right now, I'm playing The Forest, doing some horror gaming, but um, I'm going to try and I'm going to try and get online and game every day if I can. And I'm trying to do a lot of horror games, obviously because it's spooky season. Um, and then Saturday mornings, I'm going to be trying to do Saturday morning cartoons. So it's mostly going to be kind of nostalgic, relaxing fun. I'm looking at playing Pokemon Fire Red because I haven't actually finished Fire Red all the way through, but I have played um, Red and Blue and Yellow, to the point of having the entire thing memorized. So I'm going to be playing that, but with crowd control, which means people can use coins to alter the gameplay, which includes either helping me or making it more difficult for me, which I think sounds like a lot of fun because since I'm so familiar with the Pokemon games, adding some stuff in to make it a little more difficult, I think would be a lot of fun. And it also would help support me because the coins, obviously, they go to me as tips. Um, and in November, I'm going to be doing Stardew Valley with the crowd control as well. And also November, excuse me, November, I'm going to be doing Mass Effect. I got Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and starting November 1st, I'm going to start with Mass Effect 1, and I'm going to play all the way through, hopefully all 3 games of the Legendary Edition. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you for coming and watching. I had a lot of fun with you guys, and hopefully you guys can join me next time that I'm gaming. Have a great night.